Imagine a civilization on another planet, in another solar system, vastly more advanced and sophisticated and civilized than ours. And imagine an anthropologist from that planet visiting Denmark, for instance here in Horsens. And this is a very sophisticated civilization, so this anthropologist has the ability to look like a normal Danish person, and has the ability to learn Danish in just a few days, and has the ability to more or less behave like a Danish person. And this person moves around here in Horsens, for instance, and listens to the Danes and listens to their stories and what they have to say and so on. And everything goes fine. And he or she or it, we don't know what kind of system of reproduction they have on this planet, works on the report of how things are going on in Denmark, on planet Earth. But then he or she or it comes into a taxi. And I know there are taxis here in Horsens because I had a lot of luggage and I had to take a taxi here. And then they play the radio. They play P3 in the taxi, and this comes as a shock to the anthropologist, because of all the Danes he or she or it has been speaking to here in Horsens, no one has been speaking like they're speaking on P3. And we're not talking about the accent. We're not talking about the accent. It's just like the mode, this very enthusiastic, this forced enthusiastic way of speaking is a bit like a shock. And then he or she or it comes into another taxi and listens to this like pop radio station, The Voice, and then of course it's even more shocking hearing The Voice. Have you got The Voice here also? Yeah. Because on this planet where this anthropologist is coming from, they don't have like the kind of communication that we have with words and pictures. Like everyone is just connected. It's like a more advanced, it's sort of mixing the internet with biology. It's sort of like, putting an iPhone right into your brain with, the 24-hour connection. And having something like Facebook, but sort of, much more sophisticated. And there's a state law that you have to be signed up with Facebook, and you have to transmit all your feelings all the time, which means that everyone knows what's going on, and no one is feeling misunderstood. There are no crying children, because there are no children that is feeling misunderstood. There are feeling misunderstood. And there's no rock and roll, because there's like no youth frustration. Everyone is understanding anyone else all the time. So there's harmony. So this idea that, someone is just speaking out into the air in the radio to someone, but, but we're not sure who, this seems like a very strange thing to this anthropologist, because in this society where he, she, or it comes from, all communication is direct. Now, tonight, okay, no, I wrote the script for the premiere in Copenhagen. I mean, I always change it because you had to print it, right? Yeah. Tonight, I missed this one. Today, I would have wanted to be that intergalactic anthropologist. Pause it. Today, I would have wanted to be that intergalactic anthropologist, and I would have wanted to penetrate as far as possible into the mystery of the funky speech on DRP3, the state-controlled popular channel in Denmark. However, the sales department of the National Danish Public Radio, DS Salgsafdeling, who is controlling the copyright of all the dusty radio shows of P3 and all the dusty radio shows of P1 and P2 as well. Deras avdelning, they have not been very willing to let me play any clips from DR P3, like not even in VBOL.